Welcome to Manifest a Million Meditation. My name is Ma'at Petrova. And let me start by saying, you will not completely shift and change until you remove the option of staying the same. Let me bring it back for you one time. You will not completely change and shift into that new reality that you so desire until you remove the option of staying the same. The option of staying the same. It's the pressure. It's the pressure of having to change when you remove the option that causes you and propels you into that new reality. Let me give you a great example. When I first moved here to Georgia from New York, I was working as a substitute teacher, making $130 a day, right? I was also working at MAC Cosmetics, making $20 an hour. And I started getting contracts. So I bit the bullet, put my fears aside, and I said, you know what? I want to start doing these workshops and these consultations and counseling groups. And so I started off with this homeless shelter, and they actually allowed me to come in and start doing workshops. And I did workshops with them for a year. But that's another story. Let me just tell you that story real quick. With that story, the way I pushed past my fears is every day I would be walking past the homeless shelter. It was permanent housing for homeless people, right? Or formerly homeless, rather. And I heard they were giving out contracts for $100 per workshop. So I would be walking past and I'll feel the fear bubbling up in me like, no, I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. And I would feel it all the time, walking past this building, going to my substitute teaching job down the block. Finally, one day, I said, I'm walking up in there. And I walked in there. I asked to speak to the supervisor. This one male supervisor, I could tell he was attracted. Actually, he was attracted to me because later on he tried to kiss me. Nevertheless, he told me, give me a second, I'll get the supervisor for you. I spoke to her. I told her about the workshops I did. I did not have any workshops. I was lying. And she told me, sure, you can send me the workshops by tomorrow. I took my behind home. I composed 10 workshops and I produced it and provided it to her the next day. I was hired and I was doing 3 workshops a week, right? At a time. And then sometimes I would have 2 workshops a week. Nevertheless, I always had a workshop per week. So that's for 1 hour, $400 for 4 workshops in a month, right? And sometimes I'm making $1,200 because I'm doing the 3 workshops per week. Just like that for 1 hour. Because I pushed past my fear, and Lotus was a baby at that time, and there was a kids show. They said, do it afraid, do it afraid. And let me tell you, they thought they were just teaching babies. No, they were teaching my grown behind a lesson or two. So I heard that in my head, like, do it afraid, as I was walking past it with fear. When I finally walked in there, that day I did it afraid, and I ended up getting the workshops. Right. So anyway, as far as moving ahead, I'm working these jobs. I'm doing that. I'm doing substitute teaching here and there. And then I'm doing MAC Cosmetics at night. Those were my jobs as a single mother of 3 on welfare, making $30,000 a year. But once I started that workshop, obviously it increased to 30-something thousand. Anyway, I had all those jobs, and then I decided I'm moving to Atlanta. So I moved to Atlanta, And as I'm moving to Atlanta, I decide I'm going to quit all those jobs. I had just graduated from grad school. So I had my graduate degree, and I created a program while I was in grad school called the Lotus Effect, which ended up turning into Butte Camp. All right, boom. So I get to Atlanta, and everybody's like, come to Atlanta, come to Atlanta. Yeah. You know, on social media, on Instagram. So I'm like, ooh, they're ready for me. I'm coming, yeah. So I'm going to be providing my services. And mind you, I had just launched Butte Camp, the Lotus Effect, in New York that summer, and women bought it. But that's also because I had been doing a free run every Sunday in Prospect Park for the past 4 years before I launched that program. I was doing a free run, and whoever, I would advertise it, and whoever would come out and come do this run with me. It was a psychological run where I would tell them to look at their goals. This is 2011 and 12. That tree, that's your goal. Run to it. You know, that type of thing. So it was a psychological manifesting run. Yes, I've been doing this. I do this. So I would do the victory run every Sunday. Now, finally, right, on the 4th year of doing a victory run, 11, 12, 13, 14, 2014, that's when I said, hey guys, I have a paid program, right? So with the paid program, the 80-20 rule, so I gave 80% and I asked for 20. And that was in those 4 years of providing them with a free service. Just giving my all every Sunday, rain, sleet, snow, below 0 degrees. I'm there every Sunday. I'm telling you, every Sunday. I didn't allow the weather. I didn't allow me feeling tired. I didn't allow me possibly have gone out the night before, wanting to stay in, sleep in. No, I showed up. Rain, sleet, snow. I'm telling you, we were out there in the snow with gloves on, freezing. We were out there in below 0 degrees. We were out there when it was raining. We were out there when it was too hot. I showed up. And whoever showed up came. They knew I was going to be there. Random people would show up, and then sometimes I'll have regulars, you know? So anyway, I did the victory run. You can probably look up a hashtag Victory Warriors on Instagram, and you'll see a bunch of the photos, Victory Warriors. So I was doing a victory run, and finally I said, hey guys, I just finished grad school. I didn't say all of that, but I'm telling you, I just finished grad school. I came up with this program. So I said, hey, you know, I got this program, and women joined. And these were the women who were coming to my run. 80-20 rule. I provided value, and then I asked. I didn't know that I would end up asking. I started the victory run because I had gotten an eviction notice. And I went to the park and did this run with my best friend at the time. And I was like, ooh, I feel better after we did that. Let me start hosting an event doing just this. And I started the event the following Sunday, putting shit into action like this. No delay. The idea popped up. I didn't allow who's going to show up. What if people don't come? What if one person comes? I didn't allow any of that to prevent me from doing it. I had a passion. I had a drive. And I said, I don't care who shows up. I'm showing up. I'm showing up for me first. You have to show up for you first. And the rest will follow. Even if you showing up for yourself consistently has proven that no one has supported you, someone will. You will finally align. But lucky for me, about 5 people showed up, but it was freezing that day. This was winter again. This was like February in New York. So I launched the program in New York successfully, right? Then I say, I'm moving to Atlanta, in which I manifested moving to Atlanta because I had no money. So I ended up manifesting some money at the last minute. It was a check from school, from grad school, that popped up. And I was like, oh, lo and behold, I can move. But I put it out there that I was moving already. I decided that I was going to move. I made the decision. I wasn't dilly-dallying around it. I wasn't saying, maybe if I get the money, I'll move. No, I made the decision to move. I said, I'm moving. I don't know how I'm going to move, but I'm going to move, right? Now, this fly is going to mess up my video. I made a decision to move. And this is what I'm talking about. The statement that I made: you will not completely change until you remove the option to stay the same. I removed the option of me staying in New York. Until you remove your comfort, until you remove the plan B, until you remove that cushion, you will not completely change. Until you remove those cookies out your closet. You're detoxing right now. You're doing better for yourself. You're eating better right now. You're on this diet plan, but yet there's cookies waiting in your closet, in your pantry. You will not completely, you might change for a day or two, but you will not completely change until you remove the option of remaining the same. So I removed the option of me staying in New York or living where I was, actually, because honestly, I just said when I was manifesting, that was one of my first intentional manifestations. I just said, I'm not staying here. I need to move. I'm not staying here. I need to move. But I didn't know that I would be relocating from where I live all the way to another state to move. I didn't know that. And that's why you have to be also specific in your manifestations. Nevertheless, that's the first way that I removed the option of staying the same, and I removed the comfort, right? The second way that I removed the option of staying the same because I removed the comfort was when I quit all my jobs. I'm moving. I'm not relocating and going to work at the MAC Cosmetics in Georgia. I'm not about to be a substitute. I can transfer. I can say, hey, I work at MAC in New York. I'd like to get a job. That's easy. I could have easily gotten a MAC job. I could easily gotten a substitute teaching job. Easy. Those were the things I did. The MAC job, the substitute teaching job, and then, like I said, I was getting those contracts. So I didn't say I was going to go to Georgia and start doing those again. I removed the option of staying the same because I removed my comfort. I removed the jobs. I said, I'm about to become a full-time entrepreneur. So I get to Georgia. Everybody's like, yeah, come to Georgia. I go to Georgia. I host one event to teach people and show people and introduce them to my workshop and to my program, Butte Camp. No one signs up. And it's not until no one signed up that someone gives me a rude awakening. They say, oh, you didn't know in Georgia? Because this is the South. The South is a completely different culture from the North. And I didn't realize that. I'm just in my delusion of, oh, people just support me in New York. So I know, what I do is great and life-changing. So they're going to get it here. No. Someone gave me the rude awakening and said, oh, you didn't know in the South? They need you to bring them some free food and a celebrity in order for them to even show up. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Thanks for letting me know that. Now I have to get a credit card to pay my rent because I was depending on this program and the signups for this program to pay my rent. Wow. Thanks, guys, for cheering me on to move down here as if you were going to sign up for my programs. So what did I end up doing? It's do or die. And I'm from Bed-Stuy, by the way. That's our motto, right? It's do or die. So at this point, I don't have no way to pay my rent. Do or die. I no longer have the option of staying the same. I no longer have the jobs. I don't have the jobs to fall back on. I don't have a plan B. So now I have to work through my plan A. I have to find a way to make my plan A happen, no matter what. When you remove the comfort of staying the same, it tests you on another level that pushes you through and breaks you through where you need to be in order to get that goal, in order to make it transpire, in order to materialize it. So I go back to New York. I do a photo shoot with Island Boy photography. I have my other boy do graphic design. This is 2014, right? Canva and all of that wasn't around, not that I know of. All these apps weren't around at that time. So he composes a campaign for me. I put it out on social media and people were impressed because it just looks so professional. I went to American Apparel, got me this white and turquoise, actually same color as what I have on today. Same color, white and turquoise sports bra with a white and turquoise sports panty. And I was fit already. So I'm just standing there in the photos like, right? And people were impressed. Everybody was like, oh yeah. And women showed up and signed up for my boot camp program. So I began in January my boot camp program. And that was the first time I started making my first 10K. You see how I pushed through? I didn't have a plan B, and I didn't have the comfort of staying the same. That is why I succeeded. Fear and faith cannot exist in the same space. So I had to have 100% faith that I would succeed. And I found a way. When you have no other option, you are going to find a way. It's either that or you die. It's do or die. It's do or die. It's do or die. You have to find a way. There's no other option. So are you fearless enough to find a way to push through and release your comfort zone? Are you fearless enough to let go of your cushion? Are you fearless enough to let go of your comfort zone for what you truly desire? It just does something. Something clicks in your mind that makes you feel like, I have to push through no matter what. I have to do this no matter what. So, are you fearless enough to release your comfort? How bad do you want it? How bad? Do you really want it bad? Do you really desire to be healthy and fit finally in your life? Finally. Do you really desire to make your 10, 20K per month? Whatever you desire, your million. I don't know what your goals are. Do you really desire that? Even when I was searching for a house to lay my egg, to have my baby, to have Lotus, I removed the option, the comfort. I removed the comfort of settling for a house that I did not want to live in. I would have rather be homeless than to start a lease with a house that I did not want to be in. So what did I do? I ended up manifesting getting the house that I had initially applied for that I was denied. Faith told me to go knock on Mr. Brown's door again. This is in New York. Even after my application was denied. And it was denied because someone else had applied for it and gotten it. So even after my application was denied, Faith still told me one dark night, pregnant, 8 months pregnant, go knock on Mr. Brown's door. What would tell me to knock on Mr. Brown's door? I only knew he only had one apartment available. But I'm telling you, it pushes you to do things when you remove that comfort zone. It pushes you to do things that you wouldn't have even thought to do before. So I knocked on Mr. Brown's door, and he was like, you know what? That apartment is available again. I said, really? I applied. I got the apartment 1 month. Matter of fact, yeah, 1 month. 1 month before having Lotus. I got it and moved in December 1st. I had Lotus January 1st. Because I was not about to settle and live in a space that I didn't want to live in. Some apartments I went in had low ceilings. I was not about to live in no low ceiling apartment. Some apartments were noisy right next to the train station. I was not about to live next to a bunch of noise. Some apartments had a little tiny kitchenette. I was not about to live in an apartment with a tiny kitchen. I did not settle, and I did not provide myself with the comfort of doing so. So, yeah, you really need to think about your life right now and your goal and how you're providing yourself with the option of staying the same. Yet you seek this thing, this new reality, this new changed reality. You really have to think about what you're willing to sacrifice for what you desire. Let me tell y'all something. When I was growing, I did. And this will tell you that you're not ready to change. I was with a man, right? We were together. When we broke up and I was desiring a better relationship, I would still include him in my thoughts and manifestations when I was trying to manifest something completely different and new. He was still a part of it. I wasn't ready to let him go. Even though we were broken up, I wasn't ready to let him go. So he was still in my thoughts. He was still in my desires. He was still present in me. But yet, I'm talking about I would like a healthy love. Yet this toxic guy was still in my thoughts, still a part of my desires. And I thought I was playing tricks on myself. Like, just because I'm thinking about him and, want him still, that doesn't mean that I don't want something new and better. The two cannot exist. What you don't want and what you do want cannot coexist. Because what you don't want, if it's present, that will always dominate. And what did I end up doing, guys? I manifested a new man. And guess what? Different face, same person. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Let me tell you what I sacrificed in order to be in a healthy relationship now. Who I sacrificed and burnt at the stakes. My father. I sacrificed him. Yes, I did. I said, I was still holding on to, having a healthy relationship with the very man who had abused my mom. And who I seen abuse my mom. And who was pretty much in and out, absent for the most part of my life. I was still holding on to having a healthy relationship with this person. I finally decided I am letting him go completely, 100%. Don't want anything to do with him. I am done. Once I cut that man off, and not like we were communicating when that finally happened, but I was still leaving my mind open to us communicating and, making amends. I finally mentally cut him off. That happened in August. I aligned in September with my person. And before that, I was doing a lot of decentering men work. Decentering men, decentering men, decentering men. Let me tell you why. This girl asked a man, why don't men decenter women? He said, because men are self-focused, self-centered. So we don't need to decenter women. But women being nurturing and giving, and that's what the womb represents. And lovers, we tend to focus on the man. And that's why we have to do the decentering work. So once I started doing the decentering work, and I also cut my daddy off, that's when he appeared. I kid you not. So what are you willing to sacrifice for what you desire? What are you willing to sacrifice for what you desire? All right, let's go into this meditation, our stretch, our libation. A shout out to my Fast Track to Manifesting group. We are up at 5 a.m. all this week. It is not too late to join. Go to the link in my bio, click on Moon Magic. You're getting 2 programs in one. Click on Moon Magic, sign up ASAP. If anything is signed, this is it. All right. If you are truly ready to be disciplined, now is the time. I was with Lotus at a track meet Saturday. And I said, I love this. I love being around all these young athletes, right? These high school athletes. I love it. The girls, the boys, I love it, right? Even a lot of their parents are in good shape. I love being in that atmosphere. You know why? Athletes, no matter how young they are, they know 2 things. They have confidence and discipline. They automatically gain confidence because of the discipline of their sport. I love being around people who have discipline and confidence, because those are the people who get what they want. Those are the winners. And I like being around winners. I love that energy. And I don't know, for some reason, being in that atmosphere, the track atmosphere, it feels a little different than being in the gym atmosphere. I feel like the gym atmosphere is a little heavier because those young athletes, life hasn't taken over yet, right? So you just feel nothing but possibility in the air. At the gym, you feel people in there working out because they want to work their stress away, or they're working out, going to the gym, spending more gym time at the gym because they don't want to be home where things are stressful. It's just different being around the younger athletes than being around, the gym atmosphere. It's just different. It's more uplifting. It's more hopeful. It's more high vibrational. But yeah. Wow, I never thought about it like that. The 5 a.m. meditation this rising was everything. Thank you, Holistic. Yes. Hey, we are. Oh, Styler, are you in the group as well? Amazing. Good. That's what I'm talking about. So my question to you, my darlings, what or who? Some of you all want love, but you're still holding on to ideas of your ex. You're still holding on to your toxic daddy like I was. So what or who are you willing to sacrifice, release, let go of, so you will have no other option than to get your goal and your dream manifested? No other option. What comfort, what plan B are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to remove from the table so you have no other choice than to manifest your goal? That's my question to you today. What foods are you willing to sacrifice so you can get the body you've been desiring forever? What are you willing to sacrifice? What's giving you comfort, a familiarity, excuse me, what is giving you comfort of familiarity that is preventing you from getting what you desire? Y'all heard this statement? Don't let your boyfriend, and this is not just about relationships, this is about money, it's about your house, it's about your car, whatever, your job, your business. But this statement reminded me of this. When somebody said, don't let your boyfriend stop you from meeting your husband. Y'all ever heard that? It's the same idea. Right? Don't let those rebounds stop you from your goals. Don't let the comfort zone stop you from your goals. Don't let the familiar stop you from your goals. You got to sacrifice all of those. I am cutting off Miss Jill, alcohol, and lack of worthy thinking. Ooh, I release them all and welcome all the blessings and abundance that have been waiting for me on the other side. I am now Gigi 2.0. Oh, yes. You see that? That's somebody who's serious. She is in my fast track manifesting group. And I believe her. And by the way, Miss Jill is her mother. So it's serious. Some of you all do need to remove your mother. Some of you all do need to cut off your mother. It's mind-blowing to me how many toxic mothers there are and how many women, grown women, are still suffering from their toxic mother, their abusive mother, their neglectful mother, or their mother who was present but never told them they loved them or gave them a hug. That messes a woman up. Yeah, cut them off. Cut them off and see what happens. Maybe after you manifest your world and your life that you desire, you can possibly, with boundaries, let them back in. But see how, not what, not see what happened, because I know it will change. See how your life will change when you cut them off. I know this is too much for some of y'all, so let me get into these libations. Some of y'all ain't ready, and it's okay. You'll just be where you are for longer. And if that comfort zone of discomfort is okay for you, then that's on you. As for me and my winners in my circle, in my programs, and surrounding me, we are on to the next reality. We want better, we want growth, we want more every mother freaking day. Every day. And we're getting up at 5 a.m. to make sure of it. And you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. We get up, we meditate, we go back to sleep, and wake up early again. By the way, if you want to get your vag elixirs, your oils, yoni pearls, your hormonal harmony tea. You guys, some of you are sleeping on the hormonal harmony tea, especially those of you with imbalances, irregular menstrual cycles, fibroids. Get your hormonal harmony tea. Trust me. And I want my review. I want you to write that review because you're going to see the difference. Make sure you go back to femmagic.com and write my review because yes, it's that powerful. Let's go into our libations, our stretch, and then our meditation. So we're so grateful, so thankful, so blessed that we are so powerful today. We are feeling ourselves. We are awakened, and we're so grateful to be alive. Ashe, ashe. We're grateful to know that we are powerful enough to relinquish and let go of that which is no longer serving us. That is just a placeholder. We no longer want the placeholders. Ashe. We want the goal. Ashe. We want our new realities. We are our new realities. How about that? Ashe. Yes, 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 because we decided it so. Ashe. And we're so grateful for the divine support in us, making it happen. Yes. Ashe, ashe. We're grateful for divine ancestors, Abasuns, and Tarus, Orishas, spirit guides, angels, all of the positive energies surrounding us. Ashe. Call out the names of your divine ancestors in your bloodline. Ashe. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yes, 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 yes. Ashe. Who are you calling out? Ashe to all your ancestors, known and unknown, spoken and unspoken. We're so grateful. Open the ways so we can see clearer. Ashe. So we can be who we need to be to live in the reality we choose. Ashe. And so shall it be said, so shall it be done, so shall it be envisioned and felt, so shall it be lived. Let us take a deep breath in, inhaling. Arms up, head back, and exhale. Inhale, rolling your shoulders back. Exhale, rolling your shoulders forward. Inhale, rolling your shoulders back, looking to your left. And extra spinal twist. Pussy. Hi. And inhale, forward. Exhale, looking to your left. Extra spinal twist. Inhale, exhale, forward. Inhale, exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Drop your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, forward. Shake left, shake right, shake left, shake right. Inhale, rolling left to right. Again. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, rolling down, rolling right to left. Again. Inhale, rolling up, crown parallel to skies, chest is up, spine is aligned, and your goddess posture. Taking a deep breath in as we go into our meditation with gratitude, with peace, with knowing we have finally made the decision of what we truly desire and what we no longer will accept. Exhale. Inhale. Before this new moon coming up, Thursday, inhaling deep, holding it, and exhale. Very good. Inhaling oneness, and exhale. Inhaling, relaxing your face, your eyes, your lips, your nose, your cheeks. Staying in your goddess posture, and exhale. Inhale. Now I want you to think about your number one goal. And what are you willing to release? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you sacrificing today for that goal? What is standing in the way? What are you providing yourself comfort with, a plan B with, a buffer for that goal? Exhale. Now I want you to see it. And I want you to see yourself cutting it off. I want you to see yourself removing it. I want you to see yourself completely removing this thing, getting rid of this thing or this person completely out of your life. Leaving them completely alone. Leaving that thing completely alone. Never picking it up again. Never communicating again. Completely letting it go for your goal. For your new reality. Now, write it down on a paper visually and burn it. And then blow it away with these fire breaths. Inhaling and fire breaths. Very deep and fast. And with each breath, see the fire get bigger and bigger and that paper fly away. Burn away into ashes. Just whisking away in the wind. Further and further away from you with every breath. And with the inhale, I want you to inhale your new reality. Inhale. Exhale. Ashe. Repeating after me. I am so grateful and I'm so powerful that I have sacrificed. What have you sacrificed? Mm-hmm. And because of that, I am now living in the reality of what is your goal? And I'm loving it. I'm dressed in my favorite garment. I am wearing my favorite aroma, fragrance. I'm with my favorite people. I'm living in my dream, and it feels so good. I feel calm. I feel secure. I feel excited. I feel relaxed. I feel confident. I feel like a boss. I feel like a king, a queen, an emperor, an empress, a god, a goddess. I am her. Say it. I feel it. I know it. I walk like it. I talk like it. I think like it. I smell like it. Ashe. As we go into our mantra known to raise a low vibration to a high vibration, a change in a wanted situation to a desired one, say it with me. I am so grateful and excited. I am divinely connected to universal intelligence, love, and abundance. Everything I want to need overflows through me and to me with ease. When? Expeditiously. I am so grateful and excited. I am divinely connected to universal intelligence, love, and abundance. Everything I want to need overflows through me and to me with ease. Expeditiously. I am so grateful and excited. I am divinely connected to universal intelligence, love, and abundance. Everything I want to need overflows through me and to me with ease. Expeditiously. I am so grateful and excited. I am divinely connected to universal intelligence, love, and abundance. Everything I want to need overflows through me and to me with ease. When? Expeditiously. Because there are no blockages, because there are no comfort zones, there are no buffers, there are no rebounds, there are no plan Bs. It's just me and the reality I produced. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And so shall it be said, so shall it be done, so shall it be envisioned and felt, so shall it be lived. Because you're a god, a goddess, a king, a queen, an emperor, an empress. There's nothing you're not. Anything you desire desires you desperately. It's waiting on you. It wants you. It is simping over you. Claim it. Own it. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, darn. Nice. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Ma'at Petrova. You can join Fast Track to Manifesting by getting Moon Magic at femmagic.com. In the meantime, try my oil. Try Hormonal Harmony Tea. And definitely Vag Elixir if you're dealing with any imbalances, BV, herpes, yeast infections. This is the one right here. She's the one. Vag Elixir. If you're dealing with irregular menstrual cycles, fibroids, PCOS, she is the one. Hormonal Harmony. And this helps with skin disorders according to our customers, because it also has aloe in it and a bunch of different herbs and oils for your skin. This is called oil. Thank you for joining me. Sponsored in part by Fem Magic. Bye.